Josh is going to go down.
SNEK also just passed right through TiltTown. Is going to be coming up into that area Third Eye was at. So let's go ahead and make this a bit more complicated. Hooligan taking a ton of damage, but managing to make it up that hillside. Don't forget, though, we still have TTG that's going to be up there, but Vox isn't even going to let him crest that hill. They want to try to pick up as much as they can. Shots are going to come through, see if maybe they can get that polish out, and they will be able to do so. Vox is going to connect into it. So SNEK now having some new issues, going to have to make a foot push pretty quickly with what is going to be 2 teams just directly around them.
Yeah, and they're getting knocked. They're actually kind of getting lambasted here. Richie B taking shots. That car is taking so much damage, but he's going to survive somehow. T-Sock just trying to get the hell out of there. Oh, no! Keegan!
Jumped out to avoid the vehicle explosion, but still gets spotted. T-Sock all by his lonesome 3-man squad. This is not the way you wanted that one to go, and SNEK is eliminated, but at least the cars roll on in memory of them.
I'm looking at that Northwest right now, and it's going to be Orion pretty much battling it out with TTG, and what a shot.
Oh my God, Orion came in with the gusto. They've got goals to go after Soniqs right now. H1 already down. Grenades are going to be prepped up onto this one. You do not want to step around that corner, but already getting the read. I think that it went above the window.
It did.
So now reinforcements coming in for Soniqs. This is an opportunity for Orion to get some points, as they had the numbers advantage, but it just took them too long to make a move into this. Now Shrimzy's starting to get more control, feed that information over to his teammates. Line did go down, but good read coming out from Shrimzy. Stepping around, going for the flush quite quickly. The rest of Orion still kind of held back, oddly enough, by those guys. Orion was trying to do a flanked position around the outside of it, and Flexi is just taking so much damage he can't do anything out there.
And honestly, what an incredible play by Shrimzy. Playing Ring Around the Rosie, delaying just enough, even with Win knocked above and Mine behind. Tig now here as well to help. Beautiful stuff from Shrimzy. Honestly, what a good play. Excuse me, Dynasty. Or Dynamic.
Oh, Dynamic.
All over the place.
Yeah, this is just a compression point. We've got 48 people still alive. This is a very open circle as we continue to move down to the south. I mean, the southern part of this is just have like a little smidgen of Death Star Trench inside of it. Dynamic is going to get eliminated by TTG holding out. Nade's at least going to take down Glory, but they should be able to get the res into that one.
Here now on the other side, Mime is going to be going for the res. Again, Soniqs are just fighting on this northwest side, trying to stay alive. They've done a great job of getting rid of Orion. Fluxy just went down to the blue, and now they do have a foothold into the circle, Matt.
Old and young, can they manage to brute force their way through it? It's going to be so hard. Nade's now coming out on the opposite side. It's going to be Third Eye with one of their members now. How can they make the play around this one? Icon's trying to get more of a read in, use the bodies, but look, it's going to be a continual push coming out. It's going to be those guys on the opposite side coming in to try to pounce what's happening with Third Eye. Nade's going to land. This sandwich is terrible for Third Eye. They are just trying to cling to life right now, but is Icon going to use this as a distraction? Looks like he's going to see if maybe he can prep one more nade, try to get a res, and see if he can get away from it. That nade's going to go a bit too wide.
And that would be a huge res if he can get it off to reset. But look at this now. Soniqs coming in the back line, shooting those guys in their backs. And I want to say I do love the way TG chose to third party their patience again for a New York team.
Yeah, Soniqs are just roaming right now. They're wolf pack across the north. TTG seems like they're the new target. Train to Go is going to have to deal if they're trained for a lot of flashbangs and smokes coming at them. And Soniqs do have this dip, but it is not inside the safe zone, so they're going to need to move forward. It looks like they have their eyes set that direction. Nate is going to come out, but it's going to go on the opposite side of the track. Not going to connect too much. There's the first one down for TTG, and the push is now coming out. Fight's now resuming on the opposite front as well, right back behind Soniqs. So they know that they need to come in quickly. Nice shots coming out from BattleX. He's going to go ahead and take down and flush out Mime. TTG still just going to try to go for something out of it, but Soniqs do make the push in, only at the cost of Mime.
It does look like Dragon Tiger is dealing with LG as well, just to that northeast side, and RATZ as well. So this circle is just pushing all these teams into fights that they're not necessarily wanting to take right now, as we see shots coming out from Kickstart, and they're going to melt the rest of Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown.
Good read on to this one. LG now going to move forward and see if they need to gatekeep what's going to be going on. Third Eye is going to be trying to path across that side of it, but LG finds their constant friends and Soniqs on the other side of this one. Richie B, though, going to show himself out, trying to make sure that he can get the flush onto Kickstart, realizing he's in a really bad spot. And now going to continue their murderous rampage as going to spot out more members of RATZ and Soniqs. There is no fear in these guys right now. H1's going to pick up another one. Soniqs are just going absolutely ballistic on everybody that's around them.
15 kills. They have a potential here to get 20 and end this game out. Soniqs are trying to make that statement. They want to catch LG, who coincidentally, they also just help wipe. Yeah, and Friendly Fire is just trying to do something to just get in. They don't really want to be stuck on that edge, especially sharing it with SNEK just on their south. They are going to try to get these vehicles in, but Ethan's going to find that beautiful grenade. And now shoot to kill, trying to put some damage on Elevate. Ultimately, everyone is going to try to get damage on Elevate so he can start pushing that crowd out, and Shitboy's going to go down.
Oh my god, Elevate. They're getting picked apart from multiple angles. Soniqs taking some shots into this one. Friendly Fire just coming alive. Paige finding a beautiful angle onto STK. Soniqs now wanting to exploit this and making their move across the road. Footage is going to spot it out, take some shots in, but only 2 members up for Elevate right now. Means that this is going to be a precarious hold at best.
And Elevate, who had just found themselves so comfortable in this circle with the best position, have just been lambasted from all directions, north, south, east, as well as west, and they've lost 2, but they're trying to recover. They get the res up, and they're at least 3 up for the time being. And Soniqs now.
Yeah, STK does have some vision, but good use trying to dodge through. We are going to see Penta hit the shot onto Shrimzy. The rest of STK did manage to get some shots into Paige. He's going to get down and flushed out. Elevate did get the res in, so sitting on 3 members now looking in. They are going to be able to hold up against the Soniqs, stopping their rampage at 16 kills, just 2 points back behind LG.
Roth's just waiting in the wings, just holding out, waiting for this fight, as you said, to break out, so the third-party opportunity is there.
Elevate's kind of surrendered that angle, and Purdy used it to creep in. Couple of shots now going down through the longhouse. Steps out. Alo, good read onto it. Gats trying to get one, but he's going to go down. Just Poonage, and this is going to be the moment that Roth is going to try to make his play. Yes, you can see him already starting to make the run in. It looks like he has his eyes set on the angle that STK was trying to approach from, so got to be careful. The wall back behind him is revealed, so with this STK now moving to the longhouse, trying to get control. Remember, this is phase number 9. Everything's collapsing in on that center point right now, so this is just going to be about how it's getting pushed in. STK wants the high ground, but Poonage spots out and gets the flush onto Alo. Everybody's getting picked apart. It's STK with 2, Elevate with 1, and Friendly Fire with their 1 still up.
As you said, it's a 2v1v1 now. Alo going for that high ground position. Wasn't exactly sure if Poon would have an angle. Unfortunately, he did, so this is still very winnable for either Roth or Poonage. Although the advantage does definitely lie in the 2-man squad of STK. It's really going to be up to... Poonage is going to go down solo. Roth has showed his hand, but he still has a great position for this. He's also the closest to the circle, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he is. He just has to make sure that he doesn't get too much attention thrown his way. Poonage trying to step out. No cover to be had. Purdy-Curdy's going to exploit that. Take him down. Now it's going to be about the duo, how they're making their approach. Roth reads it. He gets the knock on a Purdy-Curdy. It is a 1v1, and it's going to be Friendly Fire that just steals it away from Shoot to Kill.
But they're actually going to land right on top of those guys in a nice jump. They actually got down safely, and they were able to get a good position here. But just like that, Peakzor is going to find one with the trade from Tater coming out.
T-Sock down right now, but Keegan's got a good defendable position for this one. Those guys now trying to regroup. They were running a bit of a 2-2 split, and this is the hazard whenever you run more of a split at this stage. It means the fact that you don't really get the easiest capabilities to regroup right now. So those guys... They have 2 members inside this compound, but that's kind of it right now. There's not too much else that they can do with it. So TG just going to kind of let this one sit for one moment, as you know what's going on with SNEK on the outside of this one. This is just an awkward fight where neither one of these teams are going to have a lot of experience on how to deal with what's going on here.
Yeah, especially again, this was used. This is possible because of that emergency airdrop, that new item, as we now saw Nikhil from those guys trying to support the other duo in this building. But yeah, it's kind of weird when you're dealing with a team dropping on top of you, because that's not ever been something that really happens in competitive PUBG. So really great use by SNEK to kind of get in and get that res, as well as get a member down from TG. Awesome use of the emergency airdrop.
I also really, I just love the location in which they chose to drop. The area specifically on the building itself. Res did come out from SNEK, so it doesn't look like they're too content here, as the new circle has popped, and it's staying right on Puerto in this area that we want to see fights at.
Well, you wanted to see violence. There's still so much water in the circle. Tater, again, that dad buff is real. I mean, fresh. He's going to find a second knock there. Beautiful headshot into Lemon squeezing Keegan now as well, going in, trying to finish this off. They want to get rid of the members of TG so that they can finally just take this position for themselves.
I love this. Coming in with confidence. They've got their 4 members. They're set and ready to go. They are still in a cusp position to try to get into that top 8, and they know that they're going to have to do it by getting kills, by picking up everything they can.
A bird's eye view, they should at least see there's not too many people running around because Puerto is actually clean, aside from Old and Young just now making it into there. But Elevate is not going to get in a fight with Orion.
Yeah, this is just Elevate trying to make their way into the zone. LG has now been distracted by what's going on with Soniqs, so it's just going to be Elevate roaming down into this. They think that they can get to Punaj, and it looks like they are going to. Orion on the opposite end of this one. You can see now it's going to be Babbler going down. Gat's got himself a good angle into this. There's an opportunity for them to try to make something that's going to happen. Third Eye, as an update, went all the way to the southern part of the circle, so that's where they managed to jump over into. It's going to be a continue. Punaj back up, get some vengeance in, as now it's just going to be Fluxy. Don't count on Fluxy, though. He's been a hot hand these past couple of days. I guess that drop coming out from SNEK did end up paying off in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, that drop, very impressive. As you said, they got an amazing position. But looking at SDK, they actually got shredded trying to hold out friendly fire from distance as well from RATZ. So, not looking great for SDK. They are down 1 member. 1 knocks as we move back to Luminosity. Flood's gonna get knocked. This water has just created so much havoc. There is not a lot of playable space now, man.
Yeah, Orion moved into this LG line to try to get away from what was going on with Elevate, and I don't think that they're enjoying this decision at all.
Yeah, and there was an unfortunate vehicle hit knock. I'm not sure what happened there for one of the members of Friendly Fire, but that also did contribute to it. Hwin gonna go down. Beautiful spray coming out from Snakers. Possibly one of the best 4x sprayers I've ever seen, honestly. Snakers has insane recoil control.
Here comes the push coming up from Soniqs now, realizing who their neighbors are. Going to try to go for it. Snakers manages to hold the line up. Last one up for his squad, but he is going to go down. Luminosity not finding their legs today as Soniqs are trying to close that gap.
They're going to be safe for now. Mostly it's on the teams in the west and the north that need to rotate in and find somewhere to play, but there really isn't even that much to play for.
What it takes doing a great job of holding back M762 right now, but man, they've got some aim on their side. Vegas opening up what it takes. Sneak attack, trying to make a sneak attack into this one, but Vegas feels like he has an idea on what's going to be going on. Goes for the spray back in, takes a lot of damage, but does manage to take down Rogi as well. M762 doing a good job on trying to right this push, figuring out how they can navigate through with, though, now just trying to figure out, okay, how do we survive in these smokes for just a bit longer? Soniqs making the push into TiltTown, as you can see in the bottom right, just trying to survive through, but it's going to be TiltTown doing a great job on holding back the line, as this is a very open cross for them.
This is a very open cross indeed, as Dragon Tiger Bill Showdown is just trying to get rid of what it takes, but just behind them, RATZ is actually pushing up and trying to third-party this. That's going to be a nade onto... Oh, it's all coming apart. That nade from Honey Badger onto the members of M762. They're going to go down, and it's going to sneak attack me. The last one alive. If he can find Vegas, he does.
He's in the blue zone, though, so while he gets the moral victory out of it, he's not going to be able to do too much more. RATZ being a absolute catastrophe to all those teams right along the edge. But really, Dynamics Lister is the one that's closest to center, and he's just going to be hiding out for right now, as that's going to be a real good read coming out from Orion. Get that knock.
Yeah, Lister doesn't want any part of any of this. He just wants to be like Roth last game, just chill and wait for the opportunity to strike. And speaking of opportunity to strike, Hello Senpai is going to find Savage, and Joshy's going to go down into Spoon, and RATZ doing just, again, an incredible job of holding these angles and just getting these teams out of their way.
Ooh, those nades are close. Got some damage in. How's the bounce going to go? Ooh, the redirect. If he had been going for that res, that might have been a knock. Good off the backboard toss coming out from RATZ.
They want to just get a nice little rotation in, and I'm sure they'll find something just ahead of them to play and be in a decent position overall, but SNEK still in a very strong position in the circle.
Yeah, specifically against Old and Young, as they just have... They can use the cliffside for cover. There is no easy approach into this. Old and Young need to make it up to the road, so they're just kind of presenting themselves to die.
TiltTown as well. Wow. Actually, Elevate is very close. Very close to TiltTown. Maroon is going to peek out, go for the shots on Ethan, and a beautiful spray down is going to find that knock.
Maroon doing such a good job into it, but Elevate wants this. Walks forward, 8 kills. They want to climb this leaderboard. They are just going to be a few points behind M762 right now. Also want to point out SNEK now just a few points from creeping up into that top 8. Big game for them, could be a massive benefit, but Keegan is going to get spotted out. He's going to go down. Ethan's got a good read onto that. Now it's going to also be, SNEK's Tater trying to go for a shot. Does manage to see him. Looks back up the hillside, but he's going to go down. That's going to make this really complicated. The rest of SNEK is moving out to see if maybe they can get some more. Remember, Keegan stepping around that angle. So now RATZ just having Finna up or going for some points, but they're going to go down as now we have a straight up 4v2 situation. See that SNEK is trying to see if they can find some vulnerabilities in this, but Elevate has just chosen the terrain so well. Like, Hooligan's creeping closer and closer, but look, T-Sock's already taken some more damage. These nades are just going to make it so easy. They're just going to roll them down the hill. Did that bounce off of him? I can't quite tell.
No, he threw his own nade at the same time. Shinboy's going to peek over, Crest, find that knock. And it's just down to T-Sock. Is he going to be able to do anything? No, he's not. Elevate with a beautiful win here on the second game of Miramar.
I like the regroup in here, looking through, but a Toast is going to get spotted out. Purdy Curdy, he's finding more and more plays these days, and you love to see it. STK has leaned into a very southern defense of this location, using the walls and kind of bouncing between them. But it looks like Icon has kind of figured out how this is going to be rolling in and comes by just the second after Purdy has already read this, jumped into the other line, but he does at least spot out Adam. He's now the only one left. STK has just absolutely torn apart what Old and Young was trying to do here. And this is going to be a full-on commit at this point. They're not even making a play for the zone yet. They just want to make sure that they secure this team, spot him out. That was an easy pickup. Good read coming out from TiltTown. They did lose two members for that, but that's not the worst. Managed to at least pick up some kills. And Third Eye managed to take down H-Win, who's been very strong today.
They're going to be down to 2 members as well. Moving over to RATZ now, taking shots here at Soniqs, trying to finally rotate in here. And this is where this becomes chaos. Look at the circle shift, Matt.
I love the fact that Shrimzy cycled back through this one. Tig was kind of stuck, and he was like, nah, man, I got your back. I'm just going to roll over here. Mime's holding on the other angle. RATZ were in a pretty decent spot, but it's going to be Despoon finally taking down Mime. Makes it a little bit more dangerous for them, but the rest of the Soniqs just coming in. Despoon, the last one up. He's got to make some choices real quick because he's going to come into this position. Looks like he's going to commit into the res and just try to get the hell out.
At least getting one up is the play. It's going to be the member in the backside, so it does look like they are going to lose one. That's going to be it for Lito. And just like that, you know, we also see LG trying to take shots at this, but they're actually going to find Lister in the distance, and Soniqs still are down to 2. Mime knocked.
Hey, they got the 2 kills on the RATZ. That gives them a path into the circle. They are going to probably have to come in kind of more north of school where there's not as much cover, but it's going to try to work. Luminosity does have one of their members go down as well. That grenade toss was very, very solid, but it's going to be read on the opposite side by Kickstart. Should provide enough time for Rello to get rezzed. Rest of SNEK looks like they're going to try to play this more aggressive. They're trying to be opportunistic in what's going to be going on. Kickstart playing on one side, Rez trying to happen on the other side of the wall. Does happen. I think a blue zone nade landed very, very close to them. LG just braving it. Snickers says, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to shoot you through it. I do not even care.
No, Mime's still alive. Could make a play, but look at Nilkale. The last member of those guys could potentially ruin this as well for what it takes, but they're going to at least find the knocks and the finish onto Soniqs. They're going to go down in 11th. And now what is Nilkale going to do? He has the flank, and I don't think they're aware of him.
Keep on letting them protect you, right? See, let them fight all of these teams. Look, now he doesn't have to deal with Soniqs. He doesn't have to deal with LG. He just has to creep in and just barely survive and then get spotted out by Retaliative, who's, again, I've been very impressed with Retaliative the past 2 days.
Retaliative has been, I mean, he's always just been a solid player, right? Ooh, nice nade from Fox. He's going to take out the...
Elevate, do you have an idea on what's going to be going on around you? They did make a shift in. They've got a very strong position inside the circle, but many members of Third Eye not going to be surviving too long there. So one now down, and that leaves just poor old Vox, as now it is going to be Vox that gets eliminated, and so Third Eye is out.
But he's dead, unfortunately.
And
speaking of, look at this. Finally, Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown comes in. They've been on the west side, just pretty much biding their time. They're going to trade knocks back and forth between Elevate, as Ethan is also going to go down.
It's just going to be about the commitments. 2 members down, 4 Elevate, make it 3. As Shinboy is going to go down as well. Poonage, we saw him survive into the late game of that last one. Couldn't he find an opportunity to work with all that territory control comes apart when now suddenly Friendly Fire rolling right into where they were having to deal with. Poonage got near on no cover, has to drop down to his belly. STK now knows where he's at, but maybe Friendly Fire could be some type of distraction, but let's be honest, We know Shoot to Kill knows how to focus in. They're paying attention to everything around them.
Yeah, I actually really loved Puni's reposition. He wanted to go for a very wide flank, and it was going to work, but unfortunately, STK was able to kind of spot that out. It was Adam that took shots, and now the Beryl, that Dragon, oh, this team, the Dragon Tiger of Beryl Showdown, it was a beautiful drive. They ended up getting the wipe as well onto Elevate. Yeah, they most definitely do, but I mean, well, the numbers actually, I mean, still 4-on-4 regardless, but the position now is starting to favor STK a little bit more as Friendly Fire is getting pushed up against this edge on this mountain. That's gonna be beautiful knock from Purdy. Can he find a second?
Kurt going for it. Pinta is gonna go down. Roth is also lost inside the exchange. Nade's now coming out, gonna make sure to polish that one off. Purdy gonna go ahead and hit it right up on top of him. Pinta maybe feeding some information on where Shot is presently positioned at. The Page now taking the shots into Purdy. Curdy, and it's gonna be more damage coming back out from him. Alo providing some assistance at range. Kurt does finally go down from Sharp Shot though. With this, we're looking at it's a 2v2, but Pixel finds the angle onto Alo. 1v2 style situation. Pixel and Page looking up against a Adam that is trying to make the push. He's gonna go down, and Friendly Fire is gonna leap board right into that third place position. Soniqs now making their rotation as well. They're going to be pretty close to where we saw Friendly Fire positioning down the side. So nothing too much to Shrimzy though. Getting that shot, you can see Tig turned into it. He's like, "Are we going? Are we going?" Oh, okay, guess we're not going. Well, actually, they might be going.
No, they're going.
Shrimzy's coming back. They say, okay, no, there's an opportunity here. They're just crashing this. They realized where the down member was and the fact that there is no reinforcement capability. Go for the spray in. It's going to be H1 that goes down to Page on the outside of this one. Good read coming out from Mime. And now the rest of the Soniqs are starting to flood into position. Got to be careful of that nade. Tiggleton's going to take a ton of damage. But you can see Friendly Fire backs against their own walls, trying to regroup and figure out how Soniqs are going to be making the approach. Sneaky angles. But that's about all they've got.
And it's going to be Dynamic, actually, that is helping out Friendly Fire amazingly, but Shrimzy going to find a second, and he's using an AK. Oh, I love you. Still one of my favorite guns, no matter how good or bad or underrated it is. But again, Dynamic has been the one shooting Soniqs in the back, even when that push initially started for Shrimzy.
It was going so well until suddenly it was more annoying than they intended. 3 members now have to be very careful. They can't really get out to deal too much with what's going on with Tig, as it is going to be Roth still just clinging to life here, getting every bit of vengeance he can. He's finally going to go down. Nade is going to get connected, so Friendly Fire going to go down early, opening up an opportunity for Shoot to Kill. But Soniqs is still on a bit of damage control.
Look at that shift. Ooh.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
No, it's not even the conversation anymore. That went way southeast.
Remember how I said everybody was going to the northwest? Well, the southeast is where the circle is going to go, and so that is going to favor Elevate. That's going to favor a lot of these teams that didn't want to deal with that Stalber line. Remember Shoot to Kill that we saw make their jump in. While this is happening, our foothold player for those guys is just trying to survive for as long as possible at this position. He's got a lot of friends, and what it takes is that's going to be a flash that comes out. Can he distract enough? No. He's going to go down, and that's a 1-2 combo. They were like, no, no. And while Dynamic did get themselves a knock to kind of help out in one of their rotations, now they're having their own issues, and this is a tried and true story, right? This is what we keep seeing. While this is going on, we do have SNEK that opted into a drop right up on top of Mansion. What it takes trying to defend this, going for a very long toss into that one that might land pretty close to the roof.
That looked really good, actually. I don't think it did. Did it?
No,
Sneak
it
Attack
did.
actually
It
got
got
a
keyed.
nade. Wow. A hell of a nade right there. And a nice
That's
spray
an
right
arm.
afterwards. Yeah, Sneak Attack, man.
Go play some MLB after this one, man. You got it going on right now. I don't know who is winning this fight, as it feels like everybody's kind of unhappy.
It's been a treat. It's been actually a treat watching these guys, you know, grow up and become these world-class players and just be incredible. So I love all the guys, all the teams that have been playing for a while. But speaking of which, let's get all past that. The LG, actually, Third Eye is going to go for the hot drop while we're talking about how much we love these players. They're just massacring each other. That was, I mean, that was wild. Sorry, that was distracted by my point about how much these players are great, but that was truly ridiculous. That was an airdrop onto a... Oh, no, flood! Oh, goodness. That's okay. They'll be all right. The thing that sucks about that, though, is the fact that he's not going to be on the second bleed if he's knocked again.
These things happen, especially when you're trying to make it into a Cinnamon.
Oh, but look at RATZ. This is smart. No, this is very smart. They saw 2 members of LG go down, and now they saw that knock. They're going to come in, try to get rid of LG and take over this position, which is very strong.
It is just a quick maneuver in here. Flood's gonna have to deal with the flood of members coming out from RATZ. Lots of nades coming out. Also a bit of third-party fun that's gonna be happening, but Spoon doing a good job on reading that. Rest of the team's out coming in. Plenty of loot, crates galore all over the place. No,
nice.
So many nades going up into that upper area. Now down to just Kickstart, but more nades gonna continue to go as Kickstart's doing a great job on trying to hold this one for as long as possible. Last member up. Can he get some more out of it? No, he's gonna go down, and RATZ are going to be able to get their reses, and they're going to be in a comfy position.
And that's all because of the Soniqs.
We still have a couple of moving factors to look at. Most notably, it's going to be Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown, who's having a showdown with Orion, even though it is pretty one-sided. This is going to be down in the south. Orion did wrap into them. So after, I would say, finishing this one up, Nate is going to connect onto Cowboy. But let's be honest, Orion's not in the best position. Lexi, though, Lexi's been having a good day.
Fluxy had a good day yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Solid player. I do still really like the way that Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown is trying to play this. They do have to deal with Orion, who's now starting to push. And they just want out. They're done with this fight. They just want to get a position. They know it's not worth it at this point. So they're going to back off at least with 2 knocks.
Like this, go try to gatekeep out. You know what's going on. Shrimsy has also ventured down in here to kind of get an idea on what's going on. See if maybe he can push up that kill count a bit more. And he is going to get a knock on a Greg shot. He was looking back. And hey, look, Orion's going to get involved. And Shrimsy just repeaking this no fear. I love to see it.
We you know, sometimes I've been known to be right sometimes. Definitely less than I'd like to be, but Gwyn gonna take some nice shots and gonna find Finna as well. And he's actually just, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, or rats in a barrel, I should say. Just open fire, and that's gonna be RATZ getting shredded.
You remember those carnival games that have like the ducks or whatever that you have to shoot with the BB gun?
I do.
That's what I felt we were looking at there.
To make sure that they're defending this position. It's going to be tough, though. I love this reposition from Gats, showing them a different look. And look at this! RATZ trying to come in, but TiltTown says no thank you.
TiltTown doing a great job of clinging to life inside this dip, and you got to make the most of whenever you get the circle, and they are trying their hardest to do so. Now sitting at 5 kills, looking at the backside of what's going to be going on with those guys. Old and young, contending with all of the mess that's going on around them as those guys just kind of leapfrogged ahead of everybody while this fight was going on between Elevate and Old and Young. Good shot's gonna come out on both sides, get a knock. Now trying to move forward. It's just so open. Elevate doesn't have anything that they can really do about this. Gat's now the last one up. What's he gonna do? The blue zone's coming in. He knows that it's gonna be problematic. We are gonna be moving into phase 7. This is going to hurt. He has got to figure out how to get around everything. And those guys with this leapfrog have made it even harder for Old and Young as well. Hey, you know what worked well? Going for a dip last time. And Gat says, you know what? Screw it. If I can't make a push around it, I'm just gonna go straight through you. Old and Young now having to come back to the position that they were defending for oh so long. 2 members moving and going for the flash. Is he gonna connect? Goes for the spray. Almost had one down, but Old and Young survive for now. So we're still running 3-man and pretty close to TiltTown, but they've got a lot of vision to work with in this close position to TiltTown.
Yeah, and honestly, Soniqs has just been having a field day. 6 kills on Shrimsy. They've just been farming for the west side, using this road ridge to just devastate teams like TiltTown, RATZ, and everyone else that was trying to come in on the north or the west.
It has been a matter of chasing after LG for a while for Soniqs, but finally going to surpass it. Sitting at 11 kills, now at 104, having broken that 100-point threshold as well.
Soniqs just on top of it. 104 points. They've really they came alive yesterday, but today, I mean, they are just going for high kill games, and they are succeeding.
Those guys trying to defend up, but Old and Young trying to move forward. Not a lot of real good options to work with, but those guys are in the circle, but not in a good way is the best way to look at it. Soniqs are going to wrap down to the south to try to see if they get some more vision into this one. As, I mean, what do? Look at this. This is the circle right here.
Yep, I'm pretty sure Soniqs at this point is just going to wrap, go for those kills, and if it's not Old and Young fighting the last member of those guys, it's probably going to be Soniqs' to-do, and Showdown and Toast are just in a rough position against this 3-man of Soniqs.
Soniqs already taken about half of the circle under their complete control now, and trying to spray. Going to be able to hit that one. Mime's going to hit those. Old and Young, yeah, this is a problem. You're on the outside of the zone, and Soniqs know exactly where you are. That is going to be 14. Yes, 14 kills for Soniqs.
Yeah, I'm just curious about these circles, right? Like, we obviously had that Yas circle that very much shifted into the south of it, a very unplayable position. What is going on? Third Eye Vox has actually found what it takes, and they've dropped to the same compound. Oh, he tried to
with the crowbar
him! Oh, could you imagine if that would have worked?
Well, we said the fact that we need to see some more points coming up from Third Eye. They are trying to make it happen here. They've got to be careful closing everything up. And yeah, it's Neon Green versus Neon Green, but Wit's going to be down below them with the odd team out. Reinforcements now starting to come up from Third Eye. I like this. Just find whatever you can to try to make this work. 7 bullets and can't even look outside as it's going to be sneak attack that hits him. Goes for some shots. Does get that down. Vox going wild.
He's got 1 bullet left with that Ace 32.
But he's got
But he has a teammate. Yeah, he's got a homie. And just like that, 3 members down of what it takes. What a beautiful little play there off the drop. And honestly, this is such a weird spot to see a hot drop. This is so random.
Oh, even the DP. I love it. That is massive. Okay, Third Eye needed everything that they're picking up right now. You can see in their position, they're presently 10th, tied up with TiltTown. Now then, sneak attack. You're not going to be too sneaky. They know exactly where you are. What can you do? Does get the down onto 1, but immediately followed up and should be able to get the res. So Richie B going to be back up 4-man strong and 4 points already on the board.
Yeah. Looking now as we see Sky Garden, and Babbler is going to take some shots here at Dow. Oh, he's just driving right up. Okay. All right.
It worked well for him last time. They managed to pick up a ton of points, so seeing if maybe they can get some more out of it. Babbler's going to be down now as well. Flex is going to be looking up that hillside, seeing if maybe he can connect onto that nade, and it's not going to happen. Looks like we are going to see Oni go for a bit of a reset. Nade's not going to connect on that hillside. That's a pretty steep slope, so hard to cook altogether. But, I mean, they've got control over this compound right now. If I'm Orion, I don't know if I try to push this.
Pretty sure Old and Young wants to absolutely hold this and do whatever it takes, but ooh, gotta be careful standing up there. Toast is gonna get the flush there. That's gonna be nice, but Red Rider finds the re-knock there, or the rebound, I should say, onto Old and Young. So this is a back and forth affair, but only 2 members left for Orion.
And nobody else really around. Fighting for heaven, but sending a lot of players there at the exact same time. Ryan's Flexi does have that high ground, does hit some damage in a nade. Toast is also going to go down as Red Rider is not relenting on this angle. There is no do or die attitude coming out from them. It is just survive at this stage. Moving up, they're should be able to get Stowe down as well. Icon's having to retreat just due to the amount of damage that he's received. And Orion is starting to turn this with Fries now down. Icon's the last one up, and he is just hunkered down in position.
Yeah, Red Rider absolutely opened up this fight for Orion, but Icon is going to find the headshot. Now it's just up to Flexi, but Icon with 2 beautiful spray downs.
That's going to be about it. Oh, hey, this is Third Eye. I don't know if you're going to like that one too much. Is Alo going to hit a headshot into this one, but here comes a surprise attack. Vox, though. What did Vox have for lunch? Because he is just fighting today.
Yeah, that was a disgusting 180 to get the knock. And look at this. The rest of Third Eye is trying to drive through. Alo in a little bit of trouble. Penta's still going to be knocked as SNEK needs to recover this.
What are you going to do?
They will, fortunately. Oh, wait a second. Here comes the rest of Third Eye, Matt.
Third Eye needs points. They know that they have the potential of an advantage in this fight, but man, Adam hits the shots back into it. Oldest trying to provide some support at range. Can't quite get that last tap. Finally gonna do it. So Alo, Adam, both down. Shoots a kill, who is eyeing up those points right behind LG. Now down to 1.
And again, look at how far away from the circle this actually is. This is happening just above shooting range. The circle's already closing in, so STK trying to set a trap. Honestly got one of those kills, but what a turnaround for Third Eye. And as you said, they know they need these kills, but Purdy Curdy is not going to relent. Shots are going to come out. He's going to take some. Will he make it to the tree? Oh, he will. He barely survives, but the blue is coming in as well. Can he get a heal off in time?
Oh, I think he does manage to get it. But as the rest of these kills are going to start tickling in, look at where we see Third Eye presently sitting in 9th. They are 2 points behind RATZ right now. It's Purdy Curdy. He's not going to go down with the fight. He's at least going to try to discourage what's happening. As I think that Third Eye is just going to try to go for a drive-by. But the way Kurt's been playing, that might be dangerous to do.
disgusting shots. He's not going to rotate, and it's pretty much just up to him. He's solely trying to keep Third Eye from making any moves. He realizes they're going to be going to the top of this mound. And this is all just going to be over for Purdy unless he can find an amazing knock. He does. All this is going to go down. Richie B low as well. Purdy being a hero right now.
Still trying to fight. He's slowly ticking down inside the blue zone. Goes for the peek up. Richie B is finally gonna get the takeout onto him.
They need those points. You and Steve were
LG.
talking about it. Oh, look at
LG.
that, a flying Dacia. Oh,
What,
he gets
they
the
just
on top.
Flying into this one. You can see the rest of the LG couldn't even push in because they were afraid that was going to roll down. And now Luminosity's like, hey, you know what? STK is out. Let's see if we can get some more points out of this one. It's going to be about some respect fights. Icon, though, doing a good read. Shifts around, does manage to get the drop onto Snakers. How are we going to see the rest of LG handle this? It's going to be a fight inside the stairwell. Kickstart doesn't have much vision. Is going to have to drop back down. Snakers, though, in kind of a defended position. It's going to be about how LG wants to play around this one. Keep in mind, we still have technically 3 teams on this point.
Yeah.
So it's not just a 2-team bite.
No, SNEK is on the other side of that. Kick, meanwhile, is going to find Icon, and there's so many smokes in this flat top that it's going to be difficult to push up those stairs, which is why you see Old and Young actually getting the ability to somewhat recover. LG is going to make that push up. SNEK now pushing in the bottom side.
Everybody having to go. You just got to go into that stairwell. You've got to brave it. Looking outside of it, Flood's going to hit some shots. Does get down onto one of them. That reload's already down and get flushed out. Flood's looking back in, goes for the spray. It does connect. He's clinging to life over here. Fries up on top, also somehow surviving. Old and Young is going to go down, but you can see SNEK, who wanted this push, had the potential for advantage, cannot get too much more out of it. 2 members now down. Looks like they might be trying to go for a reset. I don't know if LG is going to want to relent or if they're going to continue the hunt.
I think they're probably going to want to continue the hunt. They've already taken care of Old and Young, and now that all they have to do is take care of the rest of the members of SNEK. So they're going to be there just on the north side, but LG is going to be very aware of this. They're going to find the flush, but Hooligan actually going to find Flood. So now just 1 member left of LG and Snakers, and that nade was beautiful.
Oh, Molotov going to land right behind him. How close is it going to get? Enough to make you a little bit of a butt clench, but that's going to be fine. Got to look in. He's probably going to assume the res is going to go for, but LG is eliminated. How much of this does Soniqs want? The correct answer is all of it, because Soniqs are just playing to have fun at this point. And what could be more fun than having a showdown with a team called Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown is, oh, that cool rotation just getting taken away.
That was really unfortunate. That was a wonderful play, honestly. Not gonna matter who's gonna find that beautiful grenade, and just the bombardment here. Greg, as he throws something back, trying to just survive as long as he can, maybe going for res on Vegas, but it's probably not gonna happen. The utility just absolutely, and Soniqs wants this position. They know if they can take it, they have so much control.
Volcano absolutely erupting right now. There's fire down, grenades have been going off everywhere, maybe trying to get this res, but be honest, Soniqs aren't even going to really care about that one. They'll still get a kind of an idea on what's going on. Dang, just sprays back in. Knocks Vegas again. What do you even do?
Oh,
That's
my
going
God,
to be
he's
the
cheating.
end of a beautiful play.
I actually was not aware that we did that, but I will take your word for it, Matt. I've never called the Soniqs angry bees, but you know what? If that's what you want, that's what I'll do. Meanwhile, Balefrost with the P90, just absolutely devastating dynamic as Soniqs also want to get in on the fun.
Oh, Friendly Fire decides to send it into Snake's hole and doing pretty good in their survival so far, but no, trying to survive, it's going to be Sharp Shot. SNEK does get eliminated. Sharp Shot is going to be able to make a play in, as well as Pixel trying to get the reses in, as RATZ now starting to rain down a mini red zone right across from him, but I think that they figured out where to drop.
Yeah, I think for now, Dynamics is still doing anything they can to desperately survive. It's just down to Camberghini. They're trying to fight off the Soniqs as well as Third Eye, shooting them in the back. And Third Eye now actually does have to come in for a rotation of their own, and they're setting it just to this, right to the base of this hill where Soniqs is on in Volcano.
Soniqs starting to send more and more troops down into that Third Eye hillside. With the amount of smoke down, it's a little bit scary to look down there. Meanwhile, hey, remember RATZ and Friendly Fire? That was a good throw. And follow-up, was that a Molotov?
No, that was another grenade that...
Another
I
nade.
think it was another nade. Oh, it was a Molotov. I lied. You were right. Well done, Matt. Proud of you.
My vision isn't that bad. Ooh, coming back in. Soniqs gonna go ahead and take down Third Eye. And with that, Leapfrog happens and RATZ back in 8th place.
Soniqs is just Yeah, they are full confidence pushing every team right now, and it is hard for them to lose as we now see Finna, one of the last members of RATZ here as this duo, him and Spoon, have to do something to friendly fire to try to survive this. Again, RATZ is just there on the cusp. They are not safe at all. In fact, they are in a three-way tie with those guys in third eye. 56 points right in there to qualify. Spoon is going to find Pixel. That's huge. Nice nade coming out from Cater. That huge reprieve from RATZ, or for RATZ.
Oh, Finna's gonna go down though. Spoon wants these kills. He wants to pick up whatever he can inside of it, but every single peak is gonna get more problematic. TTG did send Cater down here to see if he can pick up some of the kills as well, playing the opposite side of this hill, hoping the fact that this will all get finished out. But Sharpshot, I think, is going to be able to stick this res and get this one out. Spoon just trying to move through, see if maybe he can find good, trying to move down that hillside, cannot get away, as it's still going to be Soniqs now up to 11 kills, and they're dictating who qualifies right now.
They really are. I mean, they're dictating how this lobby is being played, to be quite honest with you, which is pretty ridiculous. Soniqs have done this before, and when they're in full confidence again, they are just such a disgusting team. Are they just, yeah, I think they're just going to go for the push. Why not? Why not try to get this position, get a few kills, as I Sunan is actually going to laser page out of that. And the second, beautiful presence of mind to get out and be proactive on that crash. Very nicely done from Marunin. It's a bold choice indeed. We'll see how it plays out for him as Tiggleton now smoking out, focusing more on Elevate, as they do have to push outside of that compound just a bit. Not yet, but when the circle closes, they're going to want to be a little bit more proactive other than waiting for Soniqs to basically shoot at them and take control of this. But, I mean, again, the amount of control that Soniqs has had, that's going to be another knock kill for them. 15 kills. I think the last member of Elevate doesn't want anything to do with that.
Oh, he's decided to go over there next to where TiltTown is at. But see, Soniqs knows the fact that since TiltTown's not shooting at Elevate, they had to move more south.
Yeah, and Soniqs obviously knows this, right? So like, oh, wait a second, Ethan opening the door, that P90 ripping from range, not enough. Shrimzy's gonna find that last kill, and I mean, if there was ever an opportunity for TiltTown, it's not the greatest one, but with one member knocked, this is pretty much the only chance they're gonna get to have any sort of a fair fight between the Soniqs.
Yeah, they're finally starting to step out, but not too much just quite yet. There we go. Finally starting to get more of a defendable line and what's going to be going on. H-Win's going to go ahead and spot this out as well as Tiggleton, and this one's feeling pretty closed. I'm just going to go ahead and say 18 kills coming up for the Soniqs as well as the victory. But Tiggleton is at least going to have to step away from it. I'll have to see as the flood now comes in, and here we go. We knew it. We knew it was going to happen. It's the pans.
Pans are out.
It's going full on now. Can they get the pan kill, or what's going to happen? Are they going to have to use their guns is the real question. H-Win leading the way, trying to say, no, I'm going to get this one before you take. We know where he's at. Full on run, throws it out. That's going to be one down. H-Win's going to be trying to follow it up back behind us. Cover is going to be down for the last member of TiltTown. Goes for the throw, misses. He's going to go down, and it's going to have to be a gun. As yes, Soniqs and 18 kills going to go ahead and take that round. It's going to be Dynamic that's going to have to contest up against them at the time. Dynamic making a just desperation push into this one. They're just going to roll right in. Shotguns were trying to come out, but Dynamic does pick up the kill. And this is a very strong point for Dynamic to try and take control over. This split just cost SNEK in such a big way.
Yeah, it did. 2 members down. It's just... unfortunate. Now Dynamic and SNEK just ripping each other up, and this is the last thing SNEK wants. They were so close, and now they're just down to 1 member. This is going to be a monumental task for the last member of SNEK.
Oh yeah, going from having probably one of the best positions to having now nothing. Hooligan has got himself an SMG at range, but I mean, this is no bueno. Old and Young trying to make their push. You can see down at the bottom right. Hey, guess what? STK is also joining into that fight because reasons, right?
Get out, Hooligan. There's no reason for you to be here anymore.
That 1 point isn't gonna be enough for you.
Well, no, I mean, like we saw with Roth, right? The possibility is always there for Solo to somehow win the game, given the circumstances. So I would prefer that he, as I say that, SNEK is out, and that is going to be their dreams of making these qualifiers.
So yeah, this is going to get kind of weird, but it's going to be beneficial for everybody.
What is going on?
Remember, third eye over here. Elevate wants to get involved too, I guess. Why not?
So they're going to lose Gats, but
Huh.
Yeah, the cost of one as well for Third Eye. Practice those team fights, maybe some comms and micro, whatever.
Wait, is Purdy gonna? Did they just wrap all the way around? So I guess yeah, coming into this one, Penta does go down, but I mean, reinforcements from the two guys that are driving around can res him. I guess that's not the worst situation to be in as yet. There you go. Halo's gonna make the push into that one. Purdy just, I guess you just drive around to try to figure out how many people are here because they don't rightfully know, right? They came into this kind of late. And they have no idea how many people are actually stacked in this.
Yeah, it could be trying to bait or whatever he's doing, but honestly, Old and Young is doing a great job of kind of holding this push back, doing a lot of damage, shooting Purdy off, getting the nade knock and flush.
Oh my god.
So really great job so far from Old and Young, and this is actually going to help them. If they can get these frags, it's going to push them that much closer to getting into qualification range of the top 8.
Third Eye has been hearing this, so now they're moving in back behind, shoot to kill, and they're moving aggressively at this point. Orion also making a full-on send down into that crossroads position. TiltTown's got some overwatch on what's going to be going on with this one. So Orion does manage to crash, but Savage doesn't want to relent. He knows the fact that they're in that cusp point and they want to get whatever they can. Orion making this desperation push in is not going to be rewarded for it, as that's going to be 2 quick pickup and kills for Savage.
Yeah, very nice spray there from Savage, doing a good job of confirming that kill as well. Elton Young now making this push to find that last member of TAEGO who's been there for so long. He finds all 3! Glory, that was insane!
Glory, bringing glory to his name. Well done.
The Soniqs are now looking to be all looking friendly fire though. What is going on? This game is cat.
Just gotta send it and get what you can. Friendly fire making the push in. Third Eye trying to survive. It's just a Vox up. Are we going to be able to see them pick up the points they need? Friendly fire now revealing position. Vox had to step away. He's down to 40 HP. It's going to be Ethan that's going to be on the outside of this one, though. Everybody is intersecting on this point. Ethan could be an unintentional ally to try to keep them alive. Elevate, though, still trying to climb in their own regard. You've got to try to make the most out of what you can. Also, do note, Ice Tech, no, Dynamic. He's out watching and supervising this firefight while it's going on with a Molotov right next to him. What is happening? There's nowhere to go. Vox is going to be on fire, and Vox is going to go down. That's going to be 61 points. TiltTown still 2 members up, 60, and TG still on 4 alive, but they're in the thick of Soniqs. Is that Ethan? Ethan, there you go.
Ethan.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Ethan.
He's going to actually next to TiltTown. Maroonix and Clip are going to take shots. He's realized that he's made a mistake, but fortunately for Elevate, they will be safe.
No Dragon Tiger Beryl showdown. Nobody expects the breakable shack.
It's actually kind of a sick little play there. I like this a lot. Oh, speaking of... Oh, no! There's no way that failed! Oh, that's devastating for RATZ. Wait a second, Matt. Oh, Cowboy just knocked himself to the vehicle, but Finna in here. I don't think they know that. RATZ actually playing like RATZ right now.
They have to assume, yeah, they're looking down in the cars. They know that somebody's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, this... Oh, this is not it, man. This is not it for RATZ. They now know that there's one member at least under there. They're going to keep him stuck.
Oh, it's going to be poetic. If this is how rats go down inside of a cubby hole, it's... Oh, man. Trying to survive on this one. This is what's going to be going on with TiltTown. Trying to get involved in it, and RATZ going to survive. Take down TiltTown. Going to be able to jump up next to them. So now presently in 8th, but only 1 point separating them and those guys. Well, it looks like there could be some assistance coming in the form of a whole bunch of animals and a showdown. As Vegas and the rest of the crew feeling pretty good. They're vibing out, sitting at 5 kills right now. Just them and LG kind of racking it up. Teams that are left over. Xor waiting for somebody to peek, but oh, he gets peeked instead. And those guys go out in 9th place. I mean, I would just assume you need every single freaking point that you can get. You saw the chaos in that kill feed. That'd be so hard to track at this stage. We do see them now starting to get some vision onto each other. That's just going to benefit LG, as now Snakers should know exactly where he's wanting to aim up inside. This one can move in. We do see that it's going to be Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown moving aggressively into that territory right inside of shooting range, so they've got to be cautious on this one. RATZ trying to use the hillside. Honey Badger is going to go down. The Spoon is doing massive work for the RATZ right. LG is going to move more aggressive, though, because you know that that's the way that they want to play. This one going to drop right up into the wall. RATZ now making the focus in on them. Throwables coming out, and that's getting pretty close to landing. but not going to be just enough yet. RATZ doesn't want to overcommit into this one, but they are at least getting some separation out away from Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown. That looks like that's what they're trying to do, is maybe leapfrog around into this one, see if they can get a new angle on what's going to be going on to LG. The Spoon leading the way. He's had some big plays, and he needs to make this one happen, but does he know what's going to be to his left? No, he doesn't. He's just going to get instantly dropped.
He was so overzealous, just not even thinking that anyone would be at that vehicle, so he's gonna pay for it and not coming out. Relo gonna try to find some more shots as well onto the back. Off the back of that knock, I should say, excuse me.
Now Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdown moving in aggressively. Standing out in the open, Snakers and Cowboy having a duel up. The Padawan trying to go for a play, but Snakers not going to let it happen now. Just Greg shot. Slow creeping up along this line. It is a 1v1v2 with LG, who has sent it down, being the 2.
Beautiful recovery there from LG as well, being assaulted by 2 teams potentially, as Greg Shot does have a nice position on the back of this, and they're just going to be focused on the duo of RATZ first. Going for it. That's going to stop the res. He should bleed out here. They're just not going to see him actually over this ridge.
Got a little bit of grass doing some work. And now RATZ going to be eliminated. LG moving aggressively into the last Dragon Tiger Beryl Showdowner that is left. I don't know what the plural of that is, so we'll just say that that's going to be that. So now slow creeping against the wall as we are old school PUBG. He's got himself a sneaky position that he's managed to hide into, so he's just listening to the vehicles maneuver around him. LG are trying to stack up next to each other. You can see roaming around going, okay, what cover could they be hiding in? Let's make sure that nobody's going to come up, sneak back behind us. Good play, good, smart heads-up maneuvering coming out from LG as they can wrap from this down into that low ground and have some vision on it. And it looks like Greg Shot's still pretty focused up this hillside. He's going to have to make sure that he keeps his head on a swivel and spot out what's going to be going on to his due south. And yep, he does see them, but they see him as well. He's got no cover. He's just trying to dance. He at least has that small wall to hide behind. Can he get to it? No, he cannot. And Luminosity Gaming with 11 take our last round.